And we sit here today having fun. What can you say? Hey, it's a fun day, huh? So now, oh wait, where's my head? I need my standard operating procedure of gear. Oh, you know, this thing. I wouldn't be Tommy correct without it. But let's see. We make a video today. A long day. Yeah, loss of a loved one. Old lady surpassed two. Unfortunately, one of them. How we say, created viruses of our famous Fort Worth government of the United States, trying to control population. But there's a question. Real good question too. What do we do about the present day, the present time, the evil darkness in high places, and people, them untouchables, the judges on their thrones, the United States prosecutor, Cook County prosecutor, Special Prosecution Bureau, Chicago Police elite force of, shall we say, capital crime profilers, behavioral science division, FBI. File a complaint after complaint. What I get, retaliation directed towards me and my family, direct harassment. Malicious, intentional statements made to the public of a character I'm not about, of a profiler's created story. Not the wrongfully accused and tortured truth or exonerating evidence. And they come through with the facade and propaganda, manipulating people's minds with kidnappings, homicides I did not commit, do not have the heart, do not have the heart to commit. I'm a lover, not a hater. Anybody that knows from natural observation, I maybe confront you, not tell you what's going on, like so much should I say. But the only time I'm going to do something to them is if something gets in my face, get crazy. I have to take it down. Use some mixed art or whatever the time presents. But now, we sit back. You know, what's going on? What's happening? File complaints to the United States Prosecutor, Internal Affairs, the FBI, Office of Accountability, Chicago Police, Independent Review. The last two complaints they say they lost from misconduct in Area 4. Following where they lured me into a residence with some girl I met with the promise of sex. When I get there, girl takes me to a room, sets a butcher knife down in the chair, walks away, and they subject me to how they want a confession enumerate to a home invasion I did not commit. Got my friend caught his wife in bed with his next door neighbor, giving him head. He got pissed after dude left, slapped the fuck out of her, she spit in his face, and accidentally killed her later on leaving. Forensic science proves her committed the crime, had AIDS. I don't have AIDS, got tested before and after. Couldn't have done the crime. Syringes, vaginal swab. State whoever committed the crime had that shit. And the person that committed the crime, her husband, died in Illinois State Prison. Who did have that stuff. But now we get down to the facts of the issue. What's really going on? Manipulation, suppressing a junk man and his employee Sam and Carol lived in a building on 1400 Greenville. Where was found stuff with my name they picked out of my family's trash. Picked out the garbage. They want to deny these people to exist because once they're presented, the little game is basically over with. Can't relate to no vehicle I had nothing to do with some person named Marty put there. If Marty could relate the nigger they found dead in the building with it, why wasn't he arrested? Good question. Why wasn't he arrested? Why is it when I talk to these people, they will not sit down 15 minutes with me or even an hour to waste millions of dollars, $1 billion satellite infrastructure, biometric, voice print recognition to pick up a response, undetectable to human perception? In 1982, before I was targeted for these homicides and kidnappings, I seen a program by Inside Justice. This had the Behavioral Science Division's chief of the FBI, and I talked about this technology. So they'd use it to gather evidence on crimes they didn't have physical evidence to prove, to lead them to the tangible evidence. Not torture United States citizens. follow them around with saturation units, put propaganda out there that no one's about. There's a serious conflict of interest inside the United States justice system, where there's people, they call them untouchables, don't want to admit to this conduct. When I originally came to these people in 2002, when I came to them and I presented the factual evidence, they wanted to cooperate. Instead of them interviewing me professionally and go over these facts and just admitting to prison personnel, wielding powers of a jail, got overzealous and thought they could get me in a controlled environment, use threats and harassment to incriminate statements. Instead of these people admitting to this, like Lisa Madigan, her father didn't want a criminal investigation done in her office. You know, politics, they don't know it. They instead decided to make factually fraudulent hypotheses of crimes to mislead the public, keep an ongoing investigation. And they used the Chicago police and the saturation unit, approximately 30 special agents, to follow me, track me, harass me, and plus do security. Because you always got a thing of vigilantes. You put some shit out there like that, you're going to have people that are thinking, you know, what's going on? So, we think back though, why is this going on? They talk about these crimes, these threats, and these continual, what we call propaganda. Why ain't I in a police station talking to a professional homicide detective? Why ain't I at 2111 Roosevelt, where this is all ran from? You get people sitting in a command center with $1 billion satellite infrastructure, looking down at the building I'm in right now. Looking at the building, plus using what's called well, not infrared, but what's it called? Same thing as an MRI, like a X-ray, where they can see through the building, see everybody moving around, and they can zoom in on whatever unit they want, like mine right now. Watching me record this video, which I'm going to put on YouTube. Maybe send it to the media or something. Now, what the truth of the situation is, I got documents right here that I found with the FBI. Let me go get them. I'll be right back. Now, we got right here some stuff that was filed with the Federal Bureau of Investigations. Newspaper, Attorney General's office, and so forth. So, let me get this stuff. These are nice documents, too. I wish I could get them published in national news. Let's start with this one. Let's start with this. This right here was filed in the Illinois Attorney General, Inspector General's office. Documents. Okay. Hold right here, complaints filed in the Office of Inspector General of Illinois. You know, involves so forth. I forwarded also the media. I filed them on May 29, 2013. Right here are documents filed again with the Illinois Attorney General's office. Right here, some more documents. So we get them all here, maybe it'll show up. Right here we got documents that were found with the local FBI. I believe we had Robert Grant. I put some paperwork in Robert Grant and Patrick Fitzgerald. 9 days later, they will put their 9-day resignations in, because I produced with the Chicago police in 1992, started investigating me for stabbing at a high school, which I didn't do. I was in a drug treatment center, but my name came up. Neighborhood hoodlum punk, I guess that you call it. And Chicago actually done roving surveillance on me without the satellite stuff from 92 to 95. And when I unearthed that to Robert Grant and Patrick Fitzgerald, They both put the resignation papers in. A guy named Nelson, who was the United States Attorney Inspector General, who I originally wrote and sought investigation of Chicago FBI and United States Prosecutor's Office. He came in and became the director of the FBI. Now, when I made him aware, and I made other FBI agents, Chicago police aware, that this guy had a conflict of interest. This is the guy Nelson, where the threats took place, where they tried to lure me in a building with the executioners and waiting nail edge trying to get confession, and they were, lured me to another building with a knife. Put next to me, walked out of the room and said they wanted a confession. But I'm smarter than to pick up that weapon. I'd pick up that weapon, I'd be dead today. I would have been executed while I was trying to leave the door, and they tried to make it look like a robbery in progress with an armed intruder. They got killed. And I filed complaints against the Chicago police with this. The weapon that the woman had that lured me inside the building was given to her by a Chicago cop that was in a white shirt. She went up to the car, stuck it in her jacket, took me to a building, set the knife down in a chair and walked out the room while I heard weapons, people saying, when this honky picks this fucking weapon up, we're going to smoke him, not realizing how good my hearing was. Well, when I went to leave this building, all the belongings, the jewelry box, the TV, radio, cell phones, and shit, all the valuables were stacked by the door like ready to go. After I went and picked the weapon up and armed myself, well, I had people waiting in another room where you could hear weapons being loaded. The automatic pistol with niggers saying we're going to smoke this bitch as soon as he picks the knife up. Anyway, these are documents filed with the FBI. And this is a follow-up to the communication sent to your office after filing. I've been nothing but retaliated against the malicious design. I immediately want the unprofessional behavior stopped and prosecuted to the fullest extent the law can provide. It's gotten too far out of hand for the present operatives to operate in any professional manner, and they have an internal severe conflict of interest to be any part of any investigation involved in this investigation. This was sent by me, Mr. Van Laveau, DJ. Anybody who knows me? Hey, I'm part of you. Used to be a recovering addict now, Leave the alcohol alone. I don't want to be one of them stumbling fucking dope fiends I see running down the block. One drink ain't worth it. This was sent on November 28, 2013 at 11:47 p.m. It was addressed to Director Fields, who's in charge, I guess, right now. He took over for Nelson after I informed him of Nelson's internal conflict over he used to be the Inspector General. Nelson originally was the one that gave me a written response when I wrote the Chicago FBI up seeking a congressional inquiry into their office, or professional standards from the Inspector General, who's supposed to protect us from these type of criminals inside the law enforcement establishment. They want to hide behind a badge and think they are untouchable. They're really ill, warped, twisted, lost people. But, I write this respectfully. I write your office today about the unprofessional conduct of your behavioral science unit that, in a premeditated criminal design operated in a joint task force with Chicago police, have created in one of many planned events, factually fraudulent crime hypotheses to mislead the public of an ongoing behavioral science operation. There's a number of paragraphs here. It's good. I like, you guys will be reading it one day in the newspaper. Hopefully, this really being a good independent paper. Strong backbone in the city. Well, I got a whole satchel of papers about Yay. I got a whole satchel of papers about Yay Long, fucking at my brother's house there. Filed with the Washington, local law enforcement, Chicago, so forth. Or finer Illinois law enforcement establishments. When I make this video, though, I'm gonna, for the hell of it, you guys can watch it, you can laugh. This is my house here. The old lady, she kind of like left me with all this fun stuff, trying to go, tear-stained fucking eyes, lost her, loved her. Got her little shrine up here with a couple of candles in her picture. But what's really going on is there something called an internal conflict of interest, where people target people for high-profile crimes. Once they find out they have the wrong person, they admitted this conduct? Do they step forward and march right in? Oh, we fucked up? No, they try to alter the evidence to fit the suspect, or they try to demoralize your character in society to make you look like some lowlife and a threat, which I'm not. You don't have me harming nobody. Don't have no crazy sex case on me. Don't got no murders on me. You got some auto thefted armor. I'll be back there and maybe writing some checks. Maybe a little liquor I stole here during my drinking days, but I don't drink no more. So what are we gonna do, people? Are we gonna sit here and let the city be led astray? Are we gonna have criminals operating? That's right, I say criminals. Are we gonna have criminals operating inside a law enforcement establishment? Hmm? Or are we gonna take the responsibility for honest law enforcement officials to get right? The people that lead detectives that are in charge, the lead special agents, they're very ill, they're very warped, they're very sick individuals. And anybody that has knowledge, that actually pays attention to what's going on, these people come to you with some nonsense. They come to you with a threat to society, manipulate and exploit the nature of crimes of kidnappings and homicides they did not commit. If they had 1 ounce of evidence, I'd be sitting in an interrogation room, but they know when they go through discovery, they suppress factual evidence that exonerates in every case they ever created, or shall we say alleged. Don't want to man up to none, because that's the way they are. So now, I put this out here just for respect of self, and let the world know what's going on. Because there's something wrong, and it ain't me. What they gonna do? Use some advanced laser technology, pain rate technology, and try to sell me? Anybody know anything about that? United States Defense Department and Star Wars, where they could use advanced laser technology and $1 billion infrastructure to sell you, maybe cripple you, cause your muscles to cramp up. What about the biometrics? Unlawful interrogation using technology to look inside your mind, look inside your house, and using a magic microphone type broadcast in order to try to torture or mentally condition a confession of crimes they know you never committed? Come on, people. You're now getting old for all this. Yeah, getting old for all this too. So now, what's it gonna be? Yeah, that's a good one, ain't it? Oh, I'm gonna run this back, see how it looks. I'm gonna put it out on YouTube for a little bit, see what goes on. Take it easy, guys. No, wait, let's see. What do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Guess that's about it, huh?